Okay guys, welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved on the island, and as you can see, I got myself a nice new mustache. Yeah, looking good. But today, I think what we're going to be doing is, I've been going ahead and breeding all these saber tooths together. As you can see, this one got a red main mutation. Unfortunately, it was kind of early on in the cycle, and I'm not really looking for these stats, so I'm not going to be using it. But yeah, all these sabers are going to be put down at some point. Poor little kitties. But we went ahead, and I think since last episode, I'll show off a couple things that are new. We went ahead and made a little breeder pen here. Oh, don't escape, little guy. Stay in here. And, oh, actually, I think he has a black head mutation. Let's check it out. Let's see here. Oh, no, I guess not. Maybe one of the parents has a mutation. Or has the black mane, I should say. But yeah, so I think what we wanted to do is get a decent saber. All I really wanted was the stats from this male, and it's got a little bit of an imprint on accident while I was moving it. But it basically has 2100 base health, 760 stamina, around 302 weight or something like that, and then like 350 melee damage. If you look at this one, these are pretty much the stats I'm going for, except for the weight. I'm looking for the weight of this male, which is like 5-10 points higher. It's not the end of the world. So that's what these guys are that are growing up right now. I think I've got 3 females, which are going to replace these females because they have the better stats. So basically what I'm doing right now is just waiting for these guys to grow up. It shouldn't be too long, maybe like another 20 minutes or so. And then I'm going to replace these females, take them out of the pen, and then start breeding these ones, and that'll be our final formula. So yeah, we got a really nice green one as well. I can't remember. Yeah, see, he didn't get the stamina, so he's going to be another one where he's kind of useless unless I really want to breed him for that green color, which does look quite nice, I will say. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm looking for. The only mutations I've really ever gotten are magenta on Megalosauruses and a nice deep green on Aloes, and this was unofficial. It's much more difficult to get mutations when you're unofficial, so I'm really just gonna let them go once these guys grow up, and we'll kind of see what we get. I really like this green color though, so we'll have to look into that. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier on in the mutation process, we also got a saber that had blue stripes, which looked really cool as well. They have like green on their paw. That's kind of strange. That must be part of the same mutation region. So yeah. Anyway, we're just gonna let those guys do their thing while I wait for the actual parents to grow up. I'm just leaving those breed. I probably shouldn't. But yeah. Also, since last episode, while these guys have been breeding, I've been gathering up all the stone around here, and it has been very annoying to do this, but luckily we got these behemoth gates, I think, from uh, the Santa Claus drops and whatnot, so it hasn't been too bad getting those. But these stone walls are really nice. Actually, I've been using the S plus. Let's see if we can find them. S plus large stone walls, which is 4 normal walls for a reduced crafting price, which is really nice. So yeah, it took quite a few of those, but I finally got some walls up. We got some structure going to this place here. Let's see what else. We put a wall up over here as well. So now my dinos can 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 be a little more safer when they're out just sitting out here in the field. So yeah, that's nice. One thing that kind of sucked is I really had to go a distance for rocks and wood, but it was kind of hard to block off over here. I wasn't really sure where I should stop it because this kind of slopes down. Now that I look at it, I probably, well, it's tough because if I cut it off right here, then whatever wants to can just travel over here because there's like a little land bridge. So they just come back up right over here. So I went ahead and cut it off over where I did, which I think looks fine. So we got all this extra space to build. So I'm planning a build over here. Well, I guess just about right here. I think I'm going to be making a greenhouse. And then at the same time, I want to get a kind of like a barn going where I can store a bunch of dinosaurs because we need to start getting kibble dinos for imprinting and whatnot for dinosaurs that we start raising, because I want to do a lot of breeding with this series. Something I've never really been able to do because official is just so difficult to do all that breeding on. So I guess that leads me to sort of an objective here. Let's go look. I went ahead and was doing some research. I really like these glass doorways, by the way. But I did some research, and these item collectors seem to be really nice for helping pick up like eggs and whatnot. So the only problem is it uses propellant, and in order to get propellant, I need an industrial grinder. So I gotta do quite a bit of grinding. Let's see what I did there. But I gotta do a lot. Where am I going? Crafting? Yeah. So I gotta get a ton of resources. Um, I don't really want to pull the resources from it, but I need a ton of metal. I need a ton of crystal. I probably have enough cementing paste, and I'm probably close. I could get there and polymer, but pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the next day or so is collecting all the resources for the grinder and maybe working on the barn. So I'm not really sure what direction I want to take. Once I get the what do you call them? The saber-tooth bred, we're going to do a little bit more combat action, which will be good. So yeah, like I said, I was just waiting for these guys to grow up so I can change out the parents, and then we want to get a kibble farm going, like a barn type thing going, and so we got to tame a lot of stuff, and we want to get a grinder. So we got a lot on our plate. I've been making some prime jerky here too in preparation for the kibble, which will be soon enough, I guess. So I got to get lucky on the imprint. Whoops, I always forget I don't need to click those. I got to get lucky on the imprint for what do you call them, for the sabers, and not get anything that I don't already have because I'm very low on kibble. So yeah, I guess in the next clip, I think I'm going to try and bust out a sort of template structure for the barn. And so we'll just get like the bare bones of what the barn's going to look like, and then maybe I'll replicate it and work a little bit off camera on what it's going to look like. But I was initially thinking I was going to put it up there, but now that I think about it, I think it would do fine over here. It's kind of close to our base. It's semi-flat, and there's plenty of area to build it. So the only problem is there's no resources around. So I think I'm gonna make it out of wood, but I'm gonna experiment a little, and I'll be back when I've kind of have a base structure to build from. So yeah, we'll see you then. All right, so we've been working hard on a structure here, and much collecting later, we have developed a bit of a system here. So I think what I'm gonna do is kind of make like a three-tiered barn, if you can imagine it. So this is gonna be like the intersection with a couple pens. This is gonna be one of the pens. Actually, that looks smaller than what I was originally going to do. That should be 3 wide. So I'm going to have to move this one out. But yeah, so it's going to be 2 pens, and then there will be 1 pen on the side here, and it's going to be 2 floors. So it'll have 2 floors here, and then 2 floors there. Put the bigger dinos here, and same on this side, and then smaller dinos here, and then I haven't really thought it through, but there's somehow going to be a ramp going up, or some kind of elevator structure to get to the ones up there. And so yeah, this is just going to be pretty much my imprint kibble barn, if you will. I know the kibble changes are due to come any day now, but that could be months knowing wild cards. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and keep tagging on to our build here. So I'm going to go ahead and place these structures with you guys while I already have everything. Trying to make it so that's like going to be a pointy barn, but this one I'm not sure about the roof, so we're going to have to keep experimenting, and I'll probably have to do a couple cuts and some trial and errors. I made a ton of stuff just waiting to see what it looks like. So one thing that kind of annoys me here that I'll show everyone, but when you go to place these guys, they kind of like sync up on their own tile, so it's better to place these. Let's see. Well, first off, that's in the wrong spot, so we want this one right here, let's say, for now. Wait, I just literally put it in the same spot. I'm stupid. We want it right here. I know that's not how it's supposed to be placed, but anyway. But to get the rail in, what I gotta do is pretty much take out these 3 floors here, and then place it like that. And that way I get the proper snap point, because if I want to put it over here, it's got like a ton of snap points, and it's a nightmare. So yeah, let's see, where did those stone foundations go? Oh, and then this is my other problem here. I always have my gun out while I'm going and hitting buttons, and I keep accidentally destroying things. But all in all, building with S Plus is just insanely easy, and it's so nice to do. So let's get this guy in the proper place here. Well, actually, wait. I want it Hopefully that doesn't break. Okay. So I want it like this. Okay, so now that that's good, I can put my foundations back. So this is going to be like the small pen for smaller dinos. I had it written down. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. So yeah, things like Dimorphodons, Dodos, Lystros, Packies even. Even Stegos I could, or not Stegos, sorry, Raptors I could fit in here, and Terrorbirds. So yeah, just small stuff that's going to be in this big barn area. It's kind of strange. I never know when to choose between building with stone and building with wood. But anyway, so that's going to be that. And then thinking I'm going to put the second floor after 2 high, or is that too low? I'm trying to decide. I think I want to keep it, because if I do 2 high here, that's 1, 2, 3 walls up. So I guess I want to go one more up. I guess I'll go one more up. Alright, so that's gonna be 3 high. So hopefully this is kind of taking shape. Let's see here. Uh-oh, gotta run and jump. Block myself in. So yeah, basically, just gonna be the pen down here, and then the same thing up there. And I'm gonna make pillars and stuff on the outside to make it look a little better. Let's see, do I have any pillars on me? No, I don't. They're all in my temporary box here. As you can see, it's a disaster in this box. But I've seen people do this before where they put pillars on the side, and it seems to kind of garnish the building, if you will, very nicely. So maybe I'll experiment, put stone pillars there, see how it looks. But yeah, so those pillars will be extending up there, and then right here there will be pillars possibly extending there, and that'll be this barn section looking like that. So it's going to be pretty basic, and as it goes on, as I finish the building, I might experiment with putting some glass windows in the back. Right now I have no crystal, no cementing base. Well, I have cementing base. But yeah, so I got to experiment with some other building options just because it gets really plain just seeing an entire barn like this. Like maybe a big glass window right there would look cool. But the whole front of the building is going to be open, so that won't be an issue. Yeah, it's just doing the same kind of thing over here, but experimenting. I put it all up kind of, and then I took it down. So yeah, that's that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish what I was doing here, and I'll bring you guys back when I've got something I think looks decent enough. So yeah, we'll see then. Okay, so I'm putting some final touches on the barn, and there's a few things like that I'm not so sure on. First off, I'm not sure whether I like this staircase going up or not. I know this whole thing is kind of subject to change, and I'm going to kind of do whatever, and it's not, I didn't really intend for it to be completely symmetrical, but so far the stairs to get up is on this side, and I could go ahead and make it completely symmetrical and do the same thing over here, but I'm not really sure what kind of space I'll need as well. So I mean, I could just rail off this area right here, and just have like a little 1 cube area where there's Dillos and Dodos. And I can't remember if the Morphodon's on there, but they would fit there as well. And then same goes for this area, kinda. I could just kinda leave it more open. So I'm kind of waiting to get the tames first to see where I'm gonna place them. Another thing, I guess we'll see. Is my game up? Oh, it is. Okay. Wow, that just got way darker. Another thing that I'm not so sure on is just the dynamic of the roof. It doesn't look terrible, but it wasn't giving it like the shape I was kind of going for. And I think if I were to place this floor on the right side down 1 and this floor down 1, that I could also move the roof down, and so everything would just kind of go down by 1. And I was kind of debating this as I was building it too, and that way it would kind of give this bigger barn more of like a large scale look. So that would pretty much just mean that, let's see, instead of this second one here, you would go up to the floor right here, and then there would be another staircase going up to this floor. So I'm not really sure. I have to kind of play around with it. Sorry about that. So I have to kind of play around with it. I'll do a little more building off camera, but yeah, so the next episode, I guess I'm gonna have to do a lot of taming. Like I said, we need to tame. Trying to probably gonna try and get at least two females and a male of each species. So I'm sure most of you guys know what the kibble tames are, but ankylos, turtles, dillos, dimetrodons, dimorphodons, and dodos, galleys, lystros, pachyes, parasaurs, all that stuff. So I'm thinking there's going to be enough space, but once you get to the bigger stuff like trikes and stegos, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to be able to put those. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I might have to put like something off to the side, which is almost getting too close to that. But I'm also thinking there's no way I'm going to be able to fit all the male dinosaurs. So I was thinking maybe just putting like a stone structure here and then just kind of boxing them off as like their own singular stables. So until I get all of my dinos, I'm not going to really know for sure what I want to do. So I think for now I'm just going to wrap up the episode and keep on building and keep trying to get a feel for what I like. Same with stuff like this. Like, do I want rails going up? So there's just a lot of things with S Plus that I'm just not used to. These pillars being able to be placed on the side, the staircases which look awesome, being able to see through as you walk up is always just really cool. So there's a lot of stuff I got to play around with. I think I still have a ton of materials. I really overshot how much I was gonna need, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff away, and we're gonna run over here. Oh, nice defecating naked body here. Surprised I haven't tamed this thing. It's a 108. It's got the green legs. Looks pretty cool. I kind of like the tech parasaurs. But I've got a ton of sabers in here. I've showed off that red mutation, and let's see what else we got in here. I know there's other mutations. I think that's a white mutation. I'm pretty sure that's a brown one. Otherwise, I have no idea why it's here. I know he has a mutation. No, I'm not sure. But I'm going ahead and I think go with the red coloring. Where are you? Um, did you die? Uh-oh. Hopefully he didn't die. Oh, is this him? Nope. I've got too many saber tooths now. Oh, here he is. He's stuck through the floor. So if you can see, yeah, you can kind of see it. I got one with red stripes, and I think it looks really cool. So the dark color with the red stripes, I think that looks really nice. So I'm going to try and mix that with the red mane, which I do have in here. Where are you at? Yeah, right here. So it's going to have the red mane and then the red stripes. Ooh, they're even more bold on the back. And then I can't decide if I like the dark color or if I like this white color. So I might try and get a mutation where I get this guy with the white color here, and I might try and throw him with the reds, and we'll see how that looks. But I think the black is gonna look better. It just kind of reminds me of like a camo for a gun in Call of Duty. But yeah, that's kind of what's on my plate here. I'm gonna gotta do a lot of mutations. It's really fun to kind of see the colors you can get out of them. Now that I keep looking at this white one, I kind of like that one. So not real sure what I'm gonna do. I guess that would be the full mutation right there if I just put the red stripes and then the red mane and then he's got the white body. So we'll play around with it. And I think that's kind of what next episode will be. I'll have the full mutation and I will have uh kind of my finished product, and we'll go around and we'll level that guy and potentially take out some, bust out a cave or something. Maybe we'll see. But it's gonna be really nice that we have all these. Oh my gosh, I keep doing it. Go through the door. I'm not used to the automatic doors. It's gonna be really nice that we have these cryopods. Which unfortunately I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a fridge in time. Yeah, I gotta go to extinction to learn it, but I'm not even close to that level. I gotta get on it with levels. So I've got 19 days, 20 days pretty much to get a fridge to preserve these cryopods through the series. I know I'm sure I'll still be playing by the time these are up, but it'd just be nice to have a fridge so these don't spoil. And I thought right when they came out, I could have sworn you could put them in fridges and it would double the time, but maybe they patched it since then. I'm not sure, but yeah, we got some stuff going. We got our prime jerky and all that stuff, so things are coming along. This is another project I think I'm gonna have to tackle at some point. which is either taking away this door here, which the only reason I had it is because this wall was just so plain. Otherwise, I could expand out a little bit because this is kind of like a crafting area, but I really need a what do you call it? Industrial grinder so I can power these things because you gotta get the propellant. So I'm gonna have to hide this generator or push this wall out, but that's a whole nother project. So we'll see if I end up tackling that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I think that's gonna be it for today. I got quite a bit accomplished. I know it may not look like it on camera. That's typically how it goes, but uh, hopefully we are able to make some good progress next episode, and we really see the the mutations come to life. I'm really anxious. Oh, I forgot to show off this one. You stuck through the floor too? Yeah, purple mane. Purple mane looks really cool. However, and then there's a green one back there. However, I don't think it would look good with the red, and this one would look too Christmassy. This is also a mutation, a green mane, which I think looks pretty cool. But yeah, sorry for dragging this on. Look forward to the next episode where we get our finished saber tooth and hopefully finish the barn and get some kibble tames. So yeah, thanks for watching.